Mom, why did Aunt Vanessa post that you're the poor relative? My 13-year-old daughter Harper stood in the doorway with tears streaming down her face. She held out her phone. Everyone at school saw it, she choked. They were laughing at me in the cafeteria. What Vanessa didn't know, what she couldn't have known, was that I had signed her husband's paycheck every 2 weeks for the past 3 years. The Instagram post had gone semi-viral within our small suburban community. Vanessa had uploaded a carousel of photos. Her recent kitchen renovation, her new BMW, her designer handbag collection. Caption read, "So blessed to be living my best life. Not everyone in the family can say that nail polish sparkles #blessed #luxury life #northern. And she had tagged me. Directly. By name. The comments were filled with laughing emojis. Vanessa's tennis club friends, her book club friends, her PTA circle. Women I saw at school pickup. Women who now looked at my daughter and snickered. Honey, put the phone down. I pulled Harper into a hug. What Aunt Vanessa posts online isn't reality. You know that. But everyone thinks we're poor, she cried. Jessica Miller said her mom told her we can barely pay our bills. That's why we live in a small house and drive an old car. My house wasn't small, it was modest by choice. My car wasn't old, it was practical. But explaining that to a 13-year-old whose social life had just been torpedoed by her aunt's cruelty felt impossible. Trust me, sweetheart. Everything is going to be fine. When Harper finally went to bed, I opened my laptop. Greg was traveling for his nonprofit, so the house was quiet, appropriate for what I was about to do. Vanessa had married my brother-in-law, Dennis, 8 years ago, Greg's younger brother. The charming one. The job-hopping one. The one who always landed on his feet. 3 years ago he'd been unemployed for 6 months. Vanessa was posting increasingly desperate gratitude content online, while privately begging Greg for money. That's when I intervened. Dennis had applied for a marketing director position at a company called Whitfield Solutions. What he didn't know was that Whitfield Solutions was a subsidiary of my company, Mercer Holdings. I had founded Mercer 12 years ago with a small inheritance from my grandmother and a lot of sleepless nights. We'd grown from a 2-person consulting firm to a diversified holding company with interests in tech, marketing, and commercial real estate. Nobody in Greg's family knew. Greg knew, of course. He'd watched me build it from the ground up. But I kept the business separate from family. No Mercer logos, no corporate events, no bragging at Christmas dinner. I worked from home, lived modestly, and let everyone assume I was just a freelance consultant who sometimes helped with Greg's nonprofit. I stayed quiet because I'd grown up in a family destroyed by money fights. I had sworn never to let wealth poison my relationships. But Vanessa had just used money to poison my daughter's entire school year. I opened Dennis's employee file. Marketing Director, Whitfield Solutions. Salary, $142,000. Performance, adequate. Attendance, spotty. He'd been coasting for 3 years, protected by his title and his wife's belief that he was finally succeeding on his own merit. Time to adjust that belief. I drafted an email to Whitfield's HR director. Then a meeting request for Friday. Then I closed my laptop and went to bed. The week crawled by. Harper came home each day a little more defeated. The post had spawned follow-up comments. Vanessa's friends were now making jokes about that side of the family. Someone even created a meme using Harper's yearbook photo with the caption, "When your mom can't afford real jeans." Harper cried for an hour. I reported the meme, documented everything, and waited. Thursday night, Vanessa called me for the first time in months. "Natalie. Hi. Just checking if you guys are coming to Mom's birthday dinner next Saturday. I rented a private room at Carbone's. Very exclusive. We'll be there." "Great. Oh, and I hope there are no hard feelings about my Instagram post. It was just a joke. You know how social media is." "My daughter was bullied because of that post," I said. Silence. Then a laugh. "Oh, come on. Kids are resilient. Harper will be fine. And it's not like I said anything untrue. Everyone knows you guys struggle a little. There's no shame in it. Anyway, dress code is cocktail attire. I know you might not have anything, but I'm sure you can find something at TJ Maxx, or wherever you shop." She hung up. I stared at the phone, exhaled slowly, then pulled up my email and confirmed Friday's meeting. Friday 9 a.m. Whitfield Solutions headquarters. I rarely visited subsidiary offices. I preferred to work through my COO, Amara Washington, who handled day-to-day operations. But today required a personal touch. Tom Bradford, the HR director, met me in the lobby. He looked nervous. The last 2 times he'd seen me, I'd reorganized entire departments. Ms. Mercer, thank you for coming. Mr. Hartley is waiting in the conference room as requested. Thank you, Tom. Please hold all calls. Dennis was sitting at the conference table when I walked in. His face shifted from confusion to recognition to embarrassment. Natalie, what are you doing here? I sat across from him. Tom closed the door. Hello, Dennis. I imagine you're wondering why you were called to this meeting. They said it was about departmental restructuring. Something about meeting the CEO. He gave a shaky laugh. I've never even seen the CEO. Dennis laughed weakly. Nobody has. She's like a ghost. She's not a ghost. I folded my hands on the table. She's me. His smile froze. What? Whitfield Solutions is a subsidiary of Mercer Holdings. I'm the founder and CEO of Mercer Holdings. I've been signing off on your paychecks for 3 years. The color drained from his face. That's not possible. You're a freelancer. You work from home doing consulting stuff. I work from home because I prefer it. My company generated $47 million in revenue last year. Whitfield accounts for about 12% of that. Dennis looked like he might be sick. Does Greg know? Greg has always known. He helped me incorporate. But you drive a Honda. You live in that little house in Riverside. Vanessa always says. I know what Vanessa says. I saw her Instagram post. So did my daughter. So did Harper's entire school. Dennis's face went from pale to red. I didn't know she was going to tag you. She said it was a joke. I told her it was mean, but she said you wouldn't even see it. My 13-year-old saw it. She came home crying. Kids made memes about her. She's been bullied all week because your wife wanted to show off. Natalie, I'm sorry. I'll make her take it down. The post has already been screenshotted everywhere. Taking it down changes nothing. I opened the folder in front of me. What I'm interested in discussing is your future at this company. Dennis swallowed hard. Are you firing me? That depends on you. I slid a document across the table. He picked it up with shaking hands. What is this? Your actual performance reviews, not the sanitized versions you see. The real ones. You've missed 34 days of work this year. Your department's productivity is 22% below company average. You've lost 2 major clients due to missed deadlines. Any other employee with this record would have been terminated 18 months ago. I didn't know. You didn't know because I protected you. Because you're Greg's brother. Because I didn't want family drama. But your wife just created family drama that hurt my child. So I'm reconsidering my approach. Dennis set the paper down. What do you want? I want several things. First, Vanessa takes down the post and issues a public apology. Not a sorry if you were offended non-apology. A real one admitting she was cruel and wrong. She'll never agree to that. She's too proud. Then she can be proud while you job hunt. With your actual performance record, I'd estimate 6 to 8 months before you find something comparable. Dennis's jaw tightened. You're blackmailing me. I'm giving you options. There's a difference. I pulled out a second document. Option 2, Vanessa apologizes. You enter a performance improvement plan. You actually do your job for 12 months. If you meet all benchmarks, you're promoted to VP of Marketing with a $30,000 raise. He stared at the paper like it might bite him. Why would you offer me a promotion? Because I'm not interested in revenge. I'm interested in accountability. Your wife humiliated my daughter. You can either be part of the solution or part of the problem. Choose. He went quiet. After a long moment he pulled out his phone. I need to call Vanessa. Use the conference room, I said. Take your time. I stepped into the hallway and poured myself a coffee. Through the glass wall I watched Dennis pace, angry then upset then defeated. 20 minutes later he emerged. She'll do it, he said. The apology. But she wants to know if she can call it a misunderstanding. She can call it whatever she wants as long as she explicitly says she was wrong to tag me, wrong to mock family publicly, and that Harper's family is not struggling. And include the word sorry at least twice. Dennis nodded wearily. She's going to kill me for this. She should have thought about consequences before she posted. He hesitated. Did you really build all this yourself? The company. I really did. 12 years of work. Nobody handed me anything. He shook his head slowly. And you never said a word. All those dinners where Vanessa bragged about our life and you just sat there. I don't need to brag, Dennis. I know what I've built. That's enough for me. Saturday evening. Mom Hartley's 70th birthday dinner at Carbone's. Vanessa posted her apology Friday afternoon. It was stiff and obviously reluctant, but it checked every requirement. Some of her tennis club friends asked what happened. She ignored them. When Greg and I walked in with Harper, the room went silent. Vanessa stood by the bar, drink in hand, looking like she'd swallowed a lemon. Natalie, she said stiffly. You came. Of course. It's Mom's birthday. Harper walked past her without a word. Her classmates had flooded her with supportive messages after seeing the apology. The tide was turning. Mom Hartley hugged me warmly. I heard about the Instagram mess, she whispered. I'm so sorry. I raced Dennis better than that. Still, I'm glad it's resolved. During dinner, Dennis wouldn't meet my eyes. Vanessa sat in stony silence while her usual audience kept their distance. The dynamic had shifted. No one knew exactly why, but they felt it. After dessert, Greg stood to toast his mother. Then Dennis rose unexpectedly. I want to say something. He cleared his throat. To Natalie, I owe you an apology. My wife posted something unkind about you online and I didn't stop her. I should have. You've been nothing but generous to our family and we haven't always appreciated it. So, thank you. For everything. He didn't specify what everything meant. He couldn't without outing his job situation. But the message was unmistakable. Vanessa looked like she might spontaneously combust. After dinner, she cornered me by the coat check. You think you've won something? She hissed. Making Dennis grovel like that? I didn't make him do anything. He chose to be decent. You might try it sometime. Everyone will know now, she snapped. That you have money. That you've been hiding it. They'll hate you for lying. I never lied, Vanessa. I just didn't advertise. There's a difference. I took my coat. But here's what you should remember. I could have fired Dennis. I could have let you lose your house, your cars, your precious handbags. I chose not to. Not because I'm weak. Because I'm not interested in destroying family. I just want basic respect. Think you can manage that? She didn't answer. I found Harper waiting by the car with Greg. She was smiling for the first time all week. Aunt Vanessa looked really mad, she said. She'll get over it. Mom, are we actually rich? I put an arm around her. We're comfortable. But money doesn't make you rich, sweetheart. Character does. How you treat people does. Remember that. She leaned into me. I think Aunt Vanessa forgot that part. Maybe, I said. But she's learning. We drove home through quiet evening-lit streets. My modest Honda. My comfortable house. My family intact. Some people needed everyone else to know their worth. I just needed to know mine.